Hello everybody and welcome back to another dungeon update video. As you might be able to tell, I have changed a little bit how the lobby is. Obviously there's the doors here blocking you off, but I've actually changed the lighting around a bit too and it looks a whole lot nicer. Quite like it. So I'm planning on hopefully releasing version 1 of the dungeon on Fire Ice soon, so stay tuned for that. And things like this door and that door will be released sometime afterwards. I'll actually give you a bit of a sneak peek right now and go through this door. We've got a bank, so you'll have to stay tuned for what that means later. Because the bank is going to do several things, all of which are great. That's going to be something else entirely, but you'll have to stay tuned for another video. So this is what this room looks like now. I really like the new lighting in it. I think it's great. I'm actually going to go into adventure mode. And we're going to get our starter kit. We've got leather armor and a couple wooden tools and some torches. Now we're ready to go inside here. Now, these don't have any functionality yet. A later update is going to add dungeon modifiers, kind of like how they work in Vault Hunters. And as you're in the dungeon, you'll be able to occasionally collect like an item token that you can then trade in for an item. Some of them, like the really more insignificant ones, will cost less, but some of the best ones are going to be really expensive and you have to find a lot of the tokens. But let's go ahead and start the dungeon. As you can see, the dungeon master is no longer here. If you've seen previous update videos, you'll know who that is. And that's because dungeon generation is a whole lot quicker. And the dungeon should now be completely generated, so the animation is going to start up soon. I really like how the lighting in this goes down as well. We get lifted up here. And then we drop. Let's go. Well, we're blocked right off the bat. Okay. So, the dungeon should look pretty similar to how you've last seen it. I don't remember what the new rooms I've added are. We have things like the pitfall trap, which if you step on the gravel, it all falls. We've got this room. Oh yeah, we have those now, so those will spawn mobs. There's also versions of it with like barrels and chests. There's a lot of different things that can spawn. I'm just gonna run around all of these real quick. I'm gonna swim under here to get away from them. And I wanted to show you what the next thing is, but I'm just gonna fly up here. The loot table still has a lot of work that needs to be done with it, but there's a lot of different types of loot you can get now. Trapped chests aren't yet a thing, but they will be eventually. Oh yeah, here's this room. Gotta step over the tripwire. Oh, an emerald. These will be the main currency. You won't be able to buy everything with them, but you will be able to buy most things with them. So much parkour. Okay, I'm gonna go find a room with what I'm looking for. Also, this is the outside of the dungeon. All of the rooms except for these ones aren't gone yet. I can go ahead and remove these, really. Looks like the dungeon's working on it, too. Oh yeah, we have secret rooms, too, so as you're wandering around the dungeon, ignoring spawners, if you find cracks in the wall, break through it, and you'll have a secret room. Some other helpful tips, oh, there's another one right here. Got a pretty decent one. Anything interesting in here? Not at all. Some helpful tips. if you stumble across a bat, kill it, and it'll drop 3 emeralds. I don't see, I can summon a bat. I'm gonna... attempt to kill a bat. And if you can see in my hotbar, we got 3 more emeralds. And another one, if you see a mob spawner, go ahead and break it. It's worth it. Get 5 emeralds for breaking each spawner. Sorry. So, that's that. I'm gonna go in here. So if you see a beacon and you interact with it, it will spawn a boss. Right now the boss is just a zombie in diamond armor. In a future update, I'm going to be coding in my own bosses with their whole new AI and everything. That's gonna be fun. As you're exploring the dungeon, occasionally mobs will spawn. We got a spider this time with, I think, strength. I'm not sure. Ah, yeah, some stairs. So it's a terrible room to go into. Got a zombie there. Nothing there. These particles aren't gonna be in the actual release, they're just debug particles. Oh, we got a mob spawner in there. And, oh, let's see what's in here first. Ah, more hay. And if... ah, there's a bat. I wonder if I get emeralds for killing it in creative. I do. So when you stumble across a beacon and you interact with it, you get the boss. All beacons in the dungeon vanish. And then I'm going to give myself another right sword to speed this up. When you kill the boss, you get that message. And you have a little bit of time to do things like get extra emeralds, collect some food from in here if you want to. Yeah, we got teleported out. And I'm gonna... oh yeah, this also stays open now. And then it just immediately resets itself. I'm not quite sure if I'm going to do opening back up animation. I'm not sure it's worth doing. I'm going to go ahead and spawn a dungeon. Let's see if I can find where it started. I don't see it yet. Ah, you can hear it closing. Ah, there it is. That was a terrible demonstration of it, but dungeon generation is now instant. It can have many floors, going both up and down, so that'll be fun to try and navigate. This one doesn't really prove it, and everything else is fully automatic. If there's nobody in the dungeon, it slowly gets eaten away. I found out that if I try and delete the dungeon all at once, it crashes the server. Don't really want that. Oh yeah, those are some tests from Jigsaw blocks. This is all powered by Jigsaw blocks now instead of command blocks. So it's a lot friendlier on the server too. And the final thing that I'd like to show you all, if you are in the Discord, you will already know about this, but we are doing a disasters event on December 17th from 2 to about 3. I'm not quite sure how long it'll go. I'm gonna go ahead and clear myself. So during the event, we'll all come in here, but there won't be a button. It'll instead be like... I'm gonna just run that command. Okay, that's a bug. It should have deleted the button. So it's supposed to look like this. And then when everybody's ready, we'll get our starter kits, or everybody's going to start with starter kits. And then when everybody's ready, I'm going to just do then start, and everybody will get inside the yeet cannon like normal, and we'll be teleported in. The goal with the event is to collect as many points as possible. You do so by collecting emeralds. The emeralds are gonna be key. So, when we're in the dungeon, I'm gonna go look around for a few emeralds. Do this wonderful animation again. Currently I am in single player, and normally if you press tab in single player, nothing happens, but in this case, that yellow number signals how many points that you have. So inside of the dungeon, you'll go around collecting emeralds, and you need to press this button in order to get the points. Once you press this button, you are out of the dungeon. All of your emeralds are taken away from you and counted up as points. So, actually I'm just gonna go ahead and give myself some emeralds. So, let's see. So let's say we've got 7 emeralds and then a couple emerald blocks. You do not have to craft the emerald blocks back into emeralds. It will be counted for you, but you have to press this button in order to claim the points. If you die in the dungeon, you are taken out of the dungeon and you lose everything. You do not get any points. And to make it a tad bit more difficult, ooh, we got this room. To make it a tad bit more difficult, currently I'm thinking 5 minutes. After 5 minutes, PvP is turned on, so you can start to kill each other for emeralds. Oh, we can grab a few more right here. There we go, got some more emeralds. Hello, spider. So you can either spend the first 5 minutes just running around near spawn, collecting as many emeralds as possible, and then leave. But you can also, explore really far out to try and avoid players. You'll likely get more emeralds that way, but you have to find your way back because there will be a 10-minute timer. And at the end of 10 minutes, if you are still in the dungeon, you are trapped in the dungeon forever and you lose all those emeralds. So, quick summary. Everyone spawns here, goes looking out for emeralds. After 5 minutes, PvP is turned on. If you are killed by a trap, by mobs, or by another player, you lose all of your emeralds and do not get any points for that round. If you are trapped in the dungeon by the time when the timer runs out, you're trapped in the dungeon forever, and you lose all those points. The only way to get points is to return back here and click the buttons. So, don't get lost, try and remember where exactly you go, and good luck. So, as soon as I click the button, we're teleported out, the emeralds are gone, and we got 30 points. 9, 18... yeah. So every single emerald counts for 1 point, and the person with the most points at the end of the event will win. And then I can just, return everything back to normal. I'm pressing tab, because that scoreboard's gone, you can't see it anymore. So that's basically the dungeon. I hope that you enjoyed this video. So please subscribe if you did, like, comment, all of the regular YouTubey things, and I will see you in the next video where hopefully there'll be even more game mechanics behind the dungeon. My next goal is to add that timer I was talking about. I need to add both a regular timer and the event timer. And then after that, I just have to polish up the loot table a bit, make it not terrible. And then version 1 will be ready to be put on the server. Actually, yeah. There's going to be some other things that I'm going to add as well on the server that aren't here yet. There's going to be holograms and these empty spaces telling you how to play the game. Maybe the one over here. In fact, I guess it would make more sense in there or over here, but one of them will have a lot of statistics, like how many dungeons you've run, how many times you've been killed in the dungeon, how many dungeons you've completed the objective by killing the boss or eventually completing a scavenger hunt or other objectives as I think of them. And how many times you bail the dungeon by clicking the button. Eventually, dungeon modifiers will be added. They'll be really similar to Vault Hunters, but that'll be pretty fun. And with that, I will see you in the next video. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you then. Bye.